All right, let's talk about one of golf's little lies. And I mean that literally and emotionally, because every golfer has done this. You hit a decent drive, you walk up thinking, it's just the first cut, no big deal. And then you pull out your normal club, you make a swing that feels pretty solid, and the ball comes up short, like it just kind of decided to phone it in halfway through the air. Or worse, you get one of those psycho flyer lies and the ball comes out hot, knuckles across the green, and suddenly your smart, safe shot is in the back bunker applying for citizenship. Or as one of my buddies did, he hit it into the shack that houses the golf carts. So the question that we all need answered is, how many yards should you subtract when you're hitting an iron out of the rough? That's the question. And the answer is enough to ruin your confidence, but not enough to make the shot impossible. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. If you've ever wondered whether you should subtract 5 yards, 10 yards, or just subtract all hope and lay it up, this is for you. Because the truth is, there is no single magic number. I know that's not particularly helpful or inspiring, but that's life. So suck it up. But there is a pretty good rule of thumb out there. If you're in light rough, think about subtracting roughly 3 to 5 yards from your shot. If you're in moderate rough, think about subtracting 5 to 10 yards. And if you're in the deep, thick rough, now you're talking about 10 to 20 yards, maybe more, depending on how ugly the lie is and how much the golf gods hate you, or how much I hate you, which is a lot, my whole heart. This is the quick answer. The real key is that you should not just think about the yardage. You should think about the lie first, because the lie is everything. If the ball is actually sitting up nicely in the rough, kind of perched there, kind of like it's on a little grassy tee, that can actually be dangerous in a completely different way. That's where you can expect the flyer. Less spin, hotter launch, less control, and suddenly the ball goes farther than expected. So the rough can actually make the shot come up short, or it can turn your 8-iron into a drunken 6-iron with anger issues. That's why rough is not just a distance problem, it's a predictability problem. And that's the part a lot of golfers miss. See, the grass apparently can get between the club face and the ball, which messes with the strike, reduces spin, and changes how the ball launches and reacts. Sometimes it kills distance, sometimes it kills spin. Sometimes it kills spin so much that the ball comes out weirdly hot and runs forever. Either way, your nice clean fairway numbers are now basically a fantasy novel. And if we're being honest, a lot of golfers treat every rough shot like it's just a fairway shot with a slightly worse attitude. It's not. You are not in the fairway. Things are different now. Your ball is in grass jail. Minimum security grass jail maybe, but still in grass jail. And here's a better way to handle it. First, read the lie before you read the yardage. If the ball is sitting up, be aware that it might jump. If it's nestled down or buried, expect a bigger distance loss. If it's really sitting down, stop trying to be a hero. You're not going to have a highlight reel shot here. This is where the phrase "take your medicine" came from. Second, when in doubt, club up. That doesn't mean a harder swing. In fact, it usually means the opposite. Take more club, make a smooth swing, because when golfers get into the rough and panic, they tend to do the dumbest things possible, which is trying to murder the ball. That usually means more grass, more chaos, more regret, and then a follow-up sentence that is mostly an excuse about something other than your swing. The smoother swing with more club usually gives you a better chance of getting cleaner contact than trying to hit your stock 150-yard club like you're settling a personal vendetta against the ball. Third, expect less spin and more rollout. That is the huge part of this. Even if the ball gets there, it may not stop the way you expect. So instead of firing at the tucked pin, you want to play more towards the front of the middle of the green and let that situation just become whatever it is. Golf is a game of accepting disappointment, just like living my life. Now, let's make this practical. Let's say you've got 150 yards and the ball's in the light rough. This might be close to a normal number, maybe just a tiny bit of disappointment sprinkled in. You might hit your normal club, or maybe just one more club if the lie looks a little bit suspect. Now the same 150 yards, but moderate rough. This is where I'd really start leaning towards taking your 160-yard club. Not because you're weak, not because you're lacking in manhood or anything like that, just because the lie is stealing distance from you quietly. Now, let's take the same 150 yards, but that rough, kind of like the hair on your back. At this point, you may need that 170-yard club, and more importantly, a totally different goal. Not, can I stuff it within 6 feet of the pin? More like, can I get this anywhere near the green and let it run up or sit in front of it and have a reasonably good second shot? That's the adjustment. And honestly, this is where better golfers separate themselves, not because they magically know the exact number every time, but because they stop treating rough shots like precision pin-seeking opportunities, and they just realize that there is going to be a bunch of luck in it. That little mindset shift is going to save you a lot of frustration. So from the rough, your mission often changes from hit it close to don't do something stupid, which, by the way, is useful in many other cases too. So if you want a super simple cheat code, here it is. Light rough, subtract 3 to 5 yards. Moderate rough, subtract 5 to 10 yards. Heavy rough, subtract 10 to 20 yards. But more importantly, read the lie, club up when you need to, swing smoother, expect less spin. That's the formula. And the next time your ball trickles into the rough and your brain says, I'm sure my stock 8 iron is fine, pause, ask yourself one important question. Is my ego making this decision? Because it almost certainly is. Take your 7 iron and just hit it towards the front of the green. Because that's how you actually score better, and it'll reduce those stupid excuses you're using. Golf has enough ways to humble us and infuriate us. Stop volunteering for extra humiliation by ignoring what the rough does to all of us. Peter Von Panda, out.